I just want to share something that it's been on my heart. I just wanted to share with you guys is a little bit of my story. Basically, how when you do something out of your comfort zone, the result can be a lot bigger than what you expect it will be. About 7 years ago, I owned a condo. I had a good job. My wife was able to stay home. Things were good. I lost my job. Couldn't afford my mortgage. Couldn't find a job make what I was making. The house foreclosed. We lived in an apartment. Couldn't afford the car, my brand new car we had. It got repoed. Fast forward, we lost the apartment. We lived in low income housing. We worked hard to get ourselves out of that situation. Now, one of the things that happened back when I was trying to get myself uh, out of this situation was I was an apprentice. I wasn't a licensed electrician yet, and both my car and my wife's car didn't work. We put our money into fixing the cars. I had no way to get to work. It was a new job. It was a good company, and I already called out once. I didn't want to call out again. So what I decided to do was I had to be there for 6:30. So I woke up at 3 o'clock and left my house at 3:30. Why did I leave 3 hours early to get to work? It's because I rode my bike. I rode my bike 26 miles to work because I didn't want to call out. What I expected was to just get to work and not have to call out and not miss a day's pay. That was what I expected. But something else greater, unexpected happened. Well, during this time that I was focusing on trying to get my cars back on the road because I needed a car to get to work, I could not pay my rent. So I fell behind on my rent. So bad that I got an eviction notice. I was going to get evicted. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how I was going to be able to come up with the money to pay what I owed. So what happened was the owner of my company, it was a big company. For an electrical company, it was pretty big. It was about 1,500 employees, which is pretty big, really big for an electrical company. Caught wind of what I did, and he could not believe that an employee of his would ride his bike 26 miles to work for him. He was astounded. So of course he wanted to meet the person who did that. So I had a meeting with him. I walked into his office. Well, not to his office. I walked into his conference room, and I met the owner of the company, the man who writes my checks. And to me, that was pretty cool. He shook my hand, asked me about my family, asked me about, how things are and how I liked working for his company and everything. All I thought is that he just wanted to meet me. But he kept asking me probing questions about my financial situation. Well, I ended up just telling him like, well, I'm getting evicted, and I just trying to figure out how to get around that because I spent all my money to fix mine and my wife's car. Not expecting anything, just thought he'd be like, wish you good luck and hope it works out for you. Well, what he did next was he wrote down his fax number and his phone number, and he said to me, fax me that eviction notice because I'm going to pay it for you. Couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. So that same day when I got home, I faxed him my eviction notice. He called me back to tell me he got it and that he was FedExing overnight a check for me. I got the check the next day. No, I got the check on Monday. This was a Saturday. I got the check on a Monday. Cashed it, paid my rent. I was caught up. He called me back to make sure that I got the check, that everything was fine, that I paid my rent, and that I was all set, and he appreciated for all my hard work and wished me continued success. All I did was ride my bike to work, and I got out of being evicted. That's all I did. Yeah, 26 miles. People ask me, when did you start to rethink riding that bike to work? And I said, when I got down the street. But I kept going. So I want to tell you guys that when you don't want to do something, just do it. Do it. And when you do it, the result might be a lot bigger than what you think it's going to be. A lot bigger. So don't procrastinate. Don't put it off. If you're something you want to do, just do it. So thinking back on that moment, I got motivated. Because of that, I knew I was going to buy a house one day. I knew that that I wasn't going to have money worries anymore. I knew that I was going to be able to pay my bills. I knew that more opportunities would come for me. I knew that. And I don't sit back and wait for them. I go get it. I do. You got to have that endurance. I rode my bike 26 miles. I've never done that in my life. And it paid my rent, so I wouldn't be evicted. So guys, do what you want to do. If there's something you're looking to do, do it, because the results are going to be a lot bigger than what you think it is. All right, that is my thought. That's what I wanted to share. And hashtag live it, guys. Live it. Live your dreams. Pursue your dreams. All right, that's what this is about. I want you guys to pursue it. I still have many dreams, and I'm pursuing it. I ain't stopping. I'm riding my bike. Peace.